But as part of Python data structures, we have only 5. We have 5. We have stack and queue, everything is there, but it's a different concept. But Python data structures implementation wise, we are having 5. 5 data structures. The first data structure is what? List. Second is tuple. Third is set. Fourth is frozen set. And fifth is dictionary. And we also have stack, queue, everything, but you have to create your own. If when you are creating a stack data structure, you have to create by yourself. Queue data structure, you have to create by yourself. But the thing is, Python inbuilt, internally, it already supports these 5. Okay. So these are the inbuilt data structures. So we're going to discuss inbuilt one. Okay. So first one I'm going to talk about is the list data structure. Okay. So first thing, why data structure, data structures? Tell me what is data structure? Data structure is nothing but a group of individual objects is there. A group of individual objects is there. I want to club it together as a single entity. Getting it? That's what a data structure is. Getting it? For example, I'm having my books, a collection of books is there. I'm having my book 1, book 2, social science, mathematics, everything. Now I'm taking all the books and put it in a bag. Now, once you take your bag, you are carrying all your books, right? Now your bag is nothing but a data structure. Getting it? So when you are having a group of individual objects into a single entity, that is what called data structure. What is the data structure? You understand the definition, right? You don't have to by heart it. If you understand it, give it in a simple terms. Whatever I'm saying, don't by heart any definitions. Whatever you are understanding, just tell them. Okay. My understanding is data structure means a group of individual means it's separate. Individual means separate. Individual objects into a single entity is called a data structure. That's it. Any data structure you take it, I'm taking a group of objects. You take a list, taking a multiple values and club it together. Tuple is same, set is same, even set, stack, queue, everything is same. Even queue, you are having multiple people. If there is a single person, how you call it as a queue? If there is only one person standing there, and we call them as a queue. No. When there is at least 3 to 4, at least 2 people is standing there, they are in a queue. When you are, getting in a bus, people stand in a queue. Movie ticket is a queue because multiple people are standing there. Correct? Now, when a group of people, getting it? So that is the thing with the data structure. Clear? Let me give you an example. I'm having A, B, C, D, E. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Don't do this in a real time. I'm lazy to declare in multiple lines. That is the reason I'm declaring single line. Is it? Any problem? No. If I access A value, you will get A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10. Okay, B is equal to 20 is like that. Just do this. A, B. I'm doing D. No doubts? It is clear? If I use E, you will get 50. I don't want to waste the time. But the thing is, I don't want every time into different things. I want it in a single value. Now, every time if I'm accessing it, I'm calling A once, B once, D once. I don't want to call multiple times. I want it a group. I want all these things in a single thing. What I'm going to do is I'm creating a list. I'm creating a list data structure. You're just creating a variable. Just like you are creating a variable now, just create a variable. If you want to create an empty list, just create square brackets. That's it. In this square brackets, if I'm going to check the data type, you just use what? Type function, type of nums. Execute it. Which data structure? It is a list data structure. If you're using a square brackets. Otherwise, there is another method also. You use list. This is a list constructor or list method, you can say. If I use this also, you can get a list. There is two different ways to create an empty list. What is it? Two different ways to create a empty list. What is the first way? L1 using square brackets. Otherwise, I'm creating a list 2 by using list. If you use the print of type of L1, comma, type of L2, we get the same result. Both are the same way. If you are creating an empty list, we use this. But what is my requirement? I want to declare all these 5 values into a single list. What I'm going to do is, instead of creating a list function, it's very simple to use square brackets. Getting it? List method will work as a type conversion also. That is the reason we always go with the square brackets. In the square bracket, I'll pass all those values. What values you want to store? A, comma, B, comma. Store all those values into single group, into single entity. Now a group of values will become a single value. Getting it? Now I want to check the data type. I'm checking the data type. I want to print the numbers. If I execute it, see what happens. All values are in way square brackets. In this square bracket, what is the data type? List data type. Getting it? Sir, now all values are stored. All values are stored in a number. Now, if I want to access it, how I can access it? Getting it? Accessing means I want to get the first value, second value, third value. If you want to get the first value, use the 0. Indexing start from where? Indexing. I hope everybody remembers in the string indexing. Indexing start from where? 0. Correct? And if it is a positive indexing, then only it will start from 0. If it is negative, it is -1. Getting it? If I'm having my numbers right, nums of giving 0. What you should get? 10. If I'm giving nums of -1, I'm giving the last value. Clear? If you want to access it, use positive and negative indexing. It is any way is possible. Clear? For example, I'm trying to access 100. Do I have 100 indexes? Even I don't want to go with 100. I'm giving 10. If 10 values is present in, I'm having only 5. We'll get index errors. To resolve these errors, we have slicing concept. We'll discuss it once we cover the list and tuple. Okay. At the same time, we can cover 3 different types: string, list, tuple, because these 3 maintains the index. Now, if I want to access the values, I'm using index only now. So that is the reason you can negate it. So let's print the numbers. I'm having my numbers. So now I'm having only 5 values. Now I want to add a 6th value. But this 6th value should be added in word last. After 50, it has to be added, not the first. Okay, so what I can do is nums of append. This is a method called append. I want to add 60. Now where this 60 should be there? After 50. Okay, and after it adding, just use the print. I want to see, right, whether changes is applicable or not. Just execute. Got added. Whenever you use the append method, the value will be added always last. Use append method to add the values at last. Clear? No, sir. I don't want to add last. Every time when you use append method, it will always add last. Let's do this again. I'm doing nums of append. Now what I'm doing is I'm adding 7. Instead of 70, I'm doing 80 now itself. Now what I'm doing, print the numbers. Getting it? It always adds at the last. No, sir, I don't want to add the last. I want to add a first element. I want to add the first element. First element should be 0 now. I want, instead of 10, in the place of 10, I want to add 0. Now it should start from 0, 10, 20, like that I have to start. 0, but 10 should not be gone. 0 will be there, 10 will be there, but 0 will be the first value. That case, use insert. Insert, it will take two arguments. First argument, it will take index. Second thing, it will take value. Which index we want to add the value? 0. Because indexing start from 0. First value you want, right? Indexing start from 0. What is the value you want to add? 0. So you don't want to start from 0, give 9 then. If you are confused, you don't understand the first and second, give 9. I'm adding the 0th position at the 0th index. I'm adding a value is what? 9. After adding it, just print it. Getting it? Understand the difference? If you want to add an element at a certain position, what is it? If you want to add an element at a certain position, position is nothing but index, position or index, anything. Use insert method. It takes two arguments. What is the two arguments? First thing is index, and the second is the value or object. You can say which object you want to add at which index. For example, how many indexes are available now? There's 3. I'm having 8 indexes. Now what I'm doing is nums of insert. I want to create an 100th index. 100 index is there. I want to add the element in the 100th index. And I want the 100th index, add the element 90. Okay. See here what happens. The value simply added at the last index. That's it. Okay, if you're not confused, if you're confusing now, let's just take it. 2000. At the 100th index, add the value 1000. It takes the insert method will take which arguments? Index and object. The first value is the 100th index, but 100th index is not there. Though it is not there, I don't have any problem. Python is, I'm user friendly. Python is so user friendly. I'll add the element at the last. That's it. I'm having only 9 indexes. I'll add it as a 10th index. But you are telling me to add the 100th index, but I don't have 99 elements to add it in a 100th index. I don't have a problem. If there is 99, I'll insert it in what? 100th place. But I'm having only 9 now. Then I can add it in 10th place only. It will not give you error. It is not giving you error saying that there is no 100th index to add this. But it will simply say, okay, it is not there. I'm having only 9 elements. I'll add it in the 10th place. If I execute this, see. I don't have any problem. I'll just add it at the last. That's it. But don't use this. If you want to add an element at the last now, always use append. Don't go with different indexing thing. Every function has its purpose. Every method has its purpose. Position. 1000 position column. Yeah, there is a method. We'll come to that. Okay. So for example, you want the position, right? Nums.index. There is a method called index. Which index you want? Position is nothing but index. Which position you want? 1000. Let me give you that. Which index? I'm there at the 9th index. Just count it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at the 9th index. Huh? No, I'm telling you, if there is 100, I want 1000 in the 100th place. But Python is what it is doing. There is no 99 elements to add it in a 100th place. I'm having only 9. I'll just add it as a 10th place. That's what I told you. I'm adding in the 10th place because there is no 99 elements. So now you get, once it is storing in the 9th place, it is 9th only.
If you have elements, it will stop. Okay.
Yes.
Don't have elements, you take last.
It will just add it in the last. That's why I'm telling you now, don't use this in a different indexing. Use append method if you want to add it. Don't get confused, okay? If you want an account, which index it is there, use index method. Getting it? Okay. I'm having a nums one. Okay, this is a different list I'm making. 1, 2, 3. I'm having 1, 2, 3 again. Again a 1. I'm executing this. I want to check how many ones is there. How many ones? Nums one of count. I'm giving 1. Which one we want to count? I'm having 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. For example, I'm giving nums one dot count. I want to check 5. I don't have 5. I'm giving 0. Count method will give you what? Number of occurrences. How many times it is present? If it is not present, it will give you 0. But see here, the problem with index, there is, let me just add it. Nums of index. You want to find which object, the object in which index you are finding it, correct? For example, I want to check what? I want to check 70 is not there, right? I want to check the 70. In which index 70 is there? We get error because that value you are searching, it is not there. So there is no index. You'll get to value error. Clear? But in case of count function, count method, in the count method, it will always give you number of occurrences. If it is there, I'm giving how many times it is present. If it is not present, I'll give you 0. But index method, if value is present, then I'll give you how many, which index it is there. If value is not present, I'll give you error. Clear? Any doubts? Okay. Sir, I'm having my numbers. Correct? It is already sorted. Okay, fine. Let's go with the nums one. I'm having 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Now I don't want this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I want like 1, 2, 3. Like ones, all ones at one place. I want it in sorting order. I want it what? Sorting order. Just use nums one dot sort. Execute it. Sorry. It will just replace it. You just have to print it again. What sorted? Sir, you use the sort function, sort method. Okay, sorry, I'm keep on using the function method. Okay, if you are using an object, in this object you are using a method call. That's a method. I'll discuss more when we are discussing about functions and methods. But just now understand, I'm using an object, I'm calling it using opening brackets means that's a method. This method, I'm using a sort method to sort the values, but by default, which order it is? It is an ascending order. Now I don't want it as an ascending order. I want it in descending order. Descending order. What you can do is give just nums one. Use the same function sort. There is an attribute which is reverse. Reverse. By default, it will be false. Because it is false, that is the reason you are getting an ascending order. You want it in which order? Descending order. Give true. Give true. Enter it. So once you enter it. Got a descending order. If you want an ascending order, use this. If you want descending order, use this. Clear? Sir, in all the places you are using numbers only. In numbers only. To my number, nums one, and I want to do what? Add an element, append. I'm adding a fruit, a word, okay, a sequence of characters. I'm adding a string data type. Can I add it? Can I add it? Yes, of course you can add it. There is no problem. Because list maintains heterogeneous elements, both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Homogeneous means same data type. Heterogeneous means it's a both combination of different data types. Okay, so what is it? Homogeneous means same data type. Heterogeneous means different. data types. Getting it? But if you use array now, we have a NumPy. When we are discussing NumPy, then I'll tell you. In the NumPy, we have array. It will allow only homogeneous elements. Heterogeneous elements will not be allowed. If you are using different data type to add it now, that is not possible. But I'll give you one more question now. See here, I'm using, what is the nums1? If I execute this nums1, I got the result. Now what I'm going to do is, I want to do an ascending order again. Now it is in descending order, right? 2 3 3 3 1 2 1. Now it is in which order? Descending order. Now I want it in ascending order again. I'm giving nums1 dot sort. See what happens. The problem with the sort function is when you are having only homogeneous elements, then only use sort. But if you are having heterogeneous, don't use it. Here, there is no comparison. How can you compare a number with a string? So that is the error, right? Read the error properly whenever you are having it. We are comparing a string with an integer. How I can compare it? So that is the reason you are getting another. Sort function, it can be applicable only you are having homogeneous elements. Clear? What is that? Sort function. Sort method can be used for only homogeneous. Okay, sir, what about I'm having chars. In this char, I'm having Z, I'm having D, I'm having F, I'm having A, then I'm having B. Now I'm having my characters, all my characters which data type. This list is there now, which data type? String. All string data type I'm having in my list. And now can I say this is a homogeneous? This is my homogeneous list. Let's just print it out. If I'm using chars dot sort, and I'm using the chars printing again. Any problem? I told you, right? As long as you are using sort method, you should have only homogeneous element. I'm having only alphabets. I'm just doing the sort functionality. I'm getting all the sorting. But if I add any number or any other data type to it, does it work? It will not work because you are comparing with a different data type. Getting it? How can you compare a horse with a lion or a cheetah? People say cheetah is the very fastest one. Okay, but how can you compare with a lion with a horse? You can compare with the two different horses. Don't compare with the two different animals. Clear? Any questions? No questions. Let me just give you a small program. Okay, I'm having a string. In this string, what I'm having is 1, 2, 3. I'm giving some characters. I'm giving hello. I'm having again some numbers. 8, 9, 1. I wanted an output. This hello. My requirement is understand. I have a string. This is my input. If I pass this input, I want this output. This is the result I want it. Okay, do this assignment and come back. Question is clear. This is my input and I want this output. Write a program to from get this. Don't use indexing and all. Want a program, use for loops. If you understand the concept of for loop and string, then you can definitely do it. Don't do ChatGPT first. Try to use the program first. Don't use ChatGPT. Okay. If you don't understand, it's okay. Come back tomorrow, we will discuss. But this is your assignment. What I'm doing, num1 dot append of num2. Okay. So this is what I'm doing, right? I'm just printing the num1 again. See what happens if I execute it. I'm going line by line. I have my numbers one. I told you indexing start from 0. I'm having 4 indexes and 5 elements. And let's go with the number 2. What does it do? It created another list, which is list 2. It starts from 0. What happening is when you are doing append now, take this entire list and adding it to what? List 1, number 1. So that is what you are doing now. Append method, what is doing? It will add it at last index. What is the last index? It is 4. It will take a new index, which is 5. In that 5th index, it will take all the elements of this and it will just add it. It will just add it. See what happened? Taking everything and just skipping in the list list 1 itself, which is number 1. Is that my requirement? What is my requirement is I want in a single line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not a new list. In the same list, I want it. Okay, sir, if you want that, I can also do it. So for that, let me take my number 1 per number in my number 2. Take every element from my number 2 and I'll just add it. What I'm going to do is num1 dot append of number 1. Sorry, that number. You are taking every element of my number 2, right? Now I'm just adding it to number 1. Getting it? Let me just re-execute this one again. So let me just show you what is the num1 looks like now. Num1 is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I execute this line, you will get this result. That's why that is the reason I'm not executing it. What I'm doing is take every element of my number 2. What is the number element? 6, 7, 8. I'm doing for loop. Every time you're taking one value of that loop, and I'm doing what? I'm adding it to it. Getting it? Once you added everything, just print that out. You got your expected result. I got my result. But Python will say, why you need all this drama? It will simply say, you don't need all this drama. I'll give you one method. Use that method. Correct? And let me just re-execute this one, number 1. And if I'm just executing number 1 again, what is the result? I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just show you again. And I'm having number 1. I'm having number 1. And what is my number 2 looks like? 6, 7, 8, 9. What you just do it? You want what? Take number 2 elements and add it into number 1, right? Okay, take number 1 dot. I'm giving a method. That method is extend. I'm using extend. Take that entire what your elements you want it to add. Take all that element and add it. And once you add it, let's just print it for a reference. You want to see, right? Result. Same behavior, same result. What the main advantage with this extend is, for example, tomorrow you're gonna have some 100 elements. You're gonna have 1,000 elements. How many times your loop has to execute? 1,000 loops, 1,000 times it has to do it. I don't want all that drama. It will be like more memory usage wise. I don't want it. If you use an inbuilt method, extend, it is very easy for you. Now in a single line, you are doing it. Getting it? So that is the advantage. So if you want to add an element for adding operation, we have another method, which is extend. Getting it? This extend will take a new object. It will take an object or iterable object. Iterate all the object elements. Iterate all the object elements. Add it at last. That is what you're doing now. Taking every element of your number 2 and adding into your number 1. Where it is adding? At the last index. That is what your extend method is doing. Any doubt? Any confusion? Okay. What I want to do is, by mistakenly, I added 10. Or I'm having what? I'm having number 1. By mistakenly, I added number 10. I want to delete it. I want to do delete. In that case, we have a one keyword. There's multiple approaches. I'll just show you. If you know the index position, index position of that element. What is that index position of that element? 9. Okay. If you don't know the index position, which method you have to use? num1 dot index. What is that value it will give you? What is that index position? 9. Now I want to remove that ninth index element. What you just do it, use a keyword del. Del means delete. Delete number 1. If you want to access it, what you're going to use? Square bracket, pass that ninth element. I'm deleting that. Now what I'm deleting it? In the numbers 1, there is a ninth index element. Delete that ninth index element. Delete it. It's good. If you print that
multiple times we can delete. Like 9, 10, 11, 12 index position is same repeat number is there. We can proceed in that number 1 inside of numbers. No, not possible. Individually.
Then in that case, you have to take all that index position, keep it in a for loop, take every index value and remove that. In this case, if you want to do that. Okay. So now see, my ninth element is gone. The ninth element is 10. That got deleted. Sir, I don't know the index positions. I don't know the value. What I want to do is every time remove the last element of my list. Every time I'm doing one operation, remove the last element of my list. Understand? I don't, irrespective of that, I want to remove last element of my list. It can be anything, just remove the last element. I don't care. But not only removing it, once it is removed, return me that value. Removing now, once you remove it, just return that. In this case, it is just simply deleting it. It is not returning you that value. But there is one method. It will remove it and it will return you for it. This is what I'm removing, I'm giving you. Because this method randomly did, irrespective of that, and it is simply removing it now. And you want to know what value got deleted. You want to know what value has been deleted. So that is the case, remove and return. What is it? When you want to do remove and return. That case, go with this method. What that method is? Number 1, that pop method. Pop method. This method, it will just remove and return it. See, remove and return item at the index. If you don't pass any value, by default, it will remove the last index. For example, what is the last index? 9. Last index element is 9. I'm doing this number 1 dot pop. Remove 9. Now what is the last element? Right, number 1 dot 5. Because you are seeing 9 down, because it is returning that value. Otherwise, when I'm doing del now, it is simply deleted. Does it return you anything? No, right? But in this case, you are seeing some result because it is returning that value. Here I'm doing pop operation again. What happened? You'll get 8. Simply remove the last element and I'll return 5. Getting it? For example, there is one criteria you have to be very careful. I'm having my list 1, LST1. This list is empty. On this empty list, what I want to do is list 1, I'm doing pop operation. It's an empty list. I don't have any elements, but I'm doing pop operation. There is no elements itself. Which value I have to remove? You will get error. You are trying to pop an operation, but the list itself empty. Idiot, first do add element to it, some element to it. Getting it? I don't want to do that. I don't know. I want to pass an index values. I want to remove that element and return that element. In this case, what is happening? Simply deleting it. Not only deleting, I want to remove and return now. My criteria is, for example, I'm giving my number 1. What is the number 1 is having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want the number 1 dot pop. I'm giving the first index. First index is what? 0. Remove that 0th index element. What is that index element? Is 1. Remove that 1 and return that to me. Okay. Pop method will always take one input. That input is index. If you don't give any value, what happens? Remove and return the last value. Correct? But if you pass a value, pop of, what is that pop value? It's going to be index. Getting it? It will remove and return that index. Remove and return the index. Clear? For example, if my list is empty, my list is, for example, if my list is empty, I done pop operation. I done pop. What you will get? You will get index error. Clear? So there is a two operations we have done using remove, using delete and using pop operation. Now what I want to do is I want to remove an element. I don't know. In this case, what both the places what you are taking index only. Delete operation also you are taking an index element and you are deleting it. Pop operation is what it is doing. It is either deleting the last value or either deleting the which index you are giving. I'm deleting that value. Why you are going with index and index every time? I don't know the index value itself, man. I just want to do removing an element. I don't know the value. If that value is present, just remove it. Getting it? Now my requirement is what? Now I'm having my number one. What is my number one is having? 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is a method remove. Getting it? I want to remove 6 or 5, anything. I simply remove. Now understand the difference with the pop, delete, and remove. Clear? Pop method, it will not only remove, it will return the value. Delete, it will just simply delete the values. But the input is what? Index. But in the remove case, it will take the value. If that value is present, it will delete it. But it is not going to return you anything. Since, sir, how do you confirm whether it is deleted? Just do number 1. 5 is gone. Clear? But always be cautious with the remove because it will remove only one time, only one occurrence. Getting it? Okay, let me just show you what is one occurrence means. I'm having list 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Getting it? If I execute this list 1, what is the value I'm having it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Clear? What I want to do is lst1 dot remove. I want to delete 1. Not index. I want to remove the one value. How many times it is present?
2 times.
It is 2 times, but it will remove only one time. That one time also the first occurrence. It is first placed in first index. I'll remove the first index. That's it. The result will be 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. After removing it, just show the value. It will remove only first occurrence. The remove method, what does it do? Removes the first occurrence. Only one time it will remove. And that too, what at one time? First occurrence. Even you are having 10 times, I will remove only one time, and that too, first occurrence. Getting it? Fine.
So is it possible to return, remove and return the value?
The remove and return, that is the reason we are having pop now.
No.
See here.
Inside the pop, we can put the nested function.
No, not first. See here, you understand. When you are passing a remove now, and the value, you are passing some value to your remove. You are already having a value.
Yes.
But in the case of pop method, you have only index. You don't have a value. In that case, you are passing an index value to get some value out of it. In this remove case, you are already having a value. Getting it? So then why you need a value again? There are also intelligent people who develop this one. Getting it? See, for example, sir, I'm having 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm having my list 1. I'm removing it. Some value which is not even present. I'm passing 5. Is 5 is present? Is 5 is present? No. What you get? The value you are trying to remove, that value is not there in the list. So that is the reason I'm giving you value error. Clear? So in terms of, we discussed three operations, three different type of approaches to delete an element from your list. Use the del keyword. In the del keyword, you are just simply removing an element. Correct? And there is another one. Which is it? Pop. Pop operation, it will take an argument or 0. If you are passing only pop operation, it will remove and return the last index. Clear? But if you pass some value, that value considered as an index. That remove and return that index value. Remove and return both. Clear? But if list is empty and you are doing a pop operation, you will get an error, index error. But if you use the remove method, if that value is there, then I will remove it. If it is not there, then I'm going to give you value error. Clear? Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Here. We are having a delete section now. We're delete using del keyword. Delete it. There is one way. And another way is list of pop. Remove and return the last index. List of pop. Again, pass an index value. It removes that index value and return it. Or either do list dot remove. If that value is present, it removes it. If it is not present, you get error. Clear? And also we discussed extend. There is a 4 methods we discussed today. Clear? Any doubts? I'm having my list 1. What is the list 1, right? What are the values is present in my list 1? 2, 1, 2, 3. Here, what I want to do is list 1, remove all the elements of my list. Every time what you are doing, take one index, remove it, remove that value, adding it, all the drama. Why I need all the drama? How many number of values present? Even 1 lakh values is present in my list. Simply remove everything. Simply remove everything. Just do clear. I will remove everything. That's it. Then just do LST1. It's empty list. Nothing. You when I have any number of records, I'll just simply remove it. Getting it? Fine. Allah, what is the number 1 is having? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. For one reference, let me just add one element. Insert at the 0th index. I'm adding 9. Once added, let me show you the result. Number 1. I'm having what elements? 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you use a sort functionality, what happens? You will get ascending order. Another method is that in the sort, you give reverse is equal to false, true. You will get descending order. I don't want ascending and descending. I want my list is there now. I want to just reverse it. I don't want ascending order, descending order. I just want to reverse it. So now what is the first element? 9. It should be instead of 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just give 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 9. I'm just reversing my list element. That's it. In that case, use this method. Number 1, dot reverse. Here, I simply reversed it. I have not done sorting in ascending order, descending. Is there any order now? Sort is functionality. You have sorting means you have ascending or descending only. But I just want to reverse my element. Clear?